Alright, Minecraft Bob Ross here to talk to you about something really important. How do we get a lot of wood, especially pretty early in the game? It's really important because wood's used for so many things. In this quick tutorial, I'm going to show you in creative mode how to build a dark oak tree farm. And let's go. Let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is think about your materials. It doesn't take much. First of all, the absolutely necessary materials are here as listed. We'll use smooth quartz, but any kind of building block that you want that stands out from the natural terrain, and one stack of that will do fine. You will need some sort of lighting material or item. Regular torches, if you're playing early game, will work fine, but for this build, we're going to do something a little different. I'll get to that in a moment. And you're actually going to need half of that. 32 saplings, 32 dark oak saplings. Okay. Although you can make this as big as you want, we're going to build this for 8 trees, and it will take 4 saplings for each tree. I'll show you how that works. The next thing are our options, and so for our options, instead of using regular building block like smooth quartz with torches on them, you could just use a stone type that glows or a block type that glows in itself, like glowstone, sea lantern. We are going to use redstone lamp because I just think it looks good, but we're going to have to power that with redstone. Also, as an additional option, you can make a jungle tree, I guess, farm the same way. If you place those 4x4 like you do a dark oak sapling, you can actually get a large tree instead of a small regular one. And the same is true for spruce. You can get like a big mega spruce out of that. And those can be very successful, but my tree of choice is the dark oak. I like the way it looks, and I also like the fact that it produces apples. Anyway, with no further ado, let's get started. The first thing you want to do is pick out an area that is about, a flat area is ideal. You want an area that's at least 20 blocks wide by about 40 blocks long. A little bigger than that's fine too, of course. Any smaller than that, and you might run out of space. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of pick the middle area, and maybe about right here seems to be about the middle. And I'm going to count out, and so I have a gap here of 5. Okay, so I'm going to come in about 3 blocks or so. I'm going to go 1, 2, right about there. Okay. Let's see, yeah, that should work just fine. Right there, and I'm going to make 7 blocks. I'm going to show you both ways to do this here. Okay, I'm going to make basically this will enclose a 4x4 area. The reason we place these blocks is so that after we've taken down the trees, we know where to replant the saplings, right? And so we have a good systematic replantable farm. What I want to do here is go with a gap of 5. So 5 between these blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I find that a gap of 3 can also work, but I like 5 a little bit better. I like to have plenty of space for these trees to grow out nice and large. And that's how that looks. Now, if you're using a regular non-lit opaque block, another thing you're going to want to do is go around it with torches. I just go all out and just mark them all. You don't really have to, but I think at minimum, maybe 1 torch per side will give you all the light you'll need, because these dark oaks are going to produce a canopy. That canopy makes it dark enough for mobs to spawn. Okay, so you want it to be lit. However, what we're going to do for this build, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We also have a gap of 5 this way, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to go down a little bit more. I'm just going to use a block that's already lit up. Now, this actually is about more than it just looking nice, although it will look great. This actually yields an important advantage. When you're chopping down the tree, you don't have to worry about accidentally taking out a torch. And so this works fine, but you might not be at a point where you have access to these kinds of blocks yet. But we do right now. And also, you can go with this build originally and then come back and replace it. the blocks later once you get them, right? So let's just do that real quick, my friends. Okay, got another build down below from a previous tutorial. See that open space there, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all these, as you can see, they all line up. What I'll do is go and undergird that with the power source. So we have 4. We're halfway there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right there. It's coming along, isn't it? I'm Minecraft Bob Ross, so we're going to make some happy little trees. There we go. Looking good so far. Let me see if this one actually, yeah, I can go ahead and do these because I have solid structure under there to work with. So let's do that. And you know, it doesn't matter exactly what the gap is, but I recommend at least 3 because you need to have room for that foliage. Okay, see how we're looking here now? 1, 2, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, are we lined up? Over here and here. There we go. Now, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 2. That's 8. So this will support 8 trees. That will be plenty. This will produce, each time you go through and harvest these, you'll get like 6, maybe 7 or more stacks of wood, of logs. So it'll produce plenty. But again, this same setup will work for spruces and for jungle trees if eventually you want to get a little more than just dark oak. But we're going to use dark oak for now. Alright, so this baby has its own built-in lighting, which is nice. Now what we're going to do is just go ahead and plant our trees. This is where people mess up. Now, for dark oak will not grow singular. It will only grow in a 2x2 formation of 4 total, like that. So you want to make sure to plant those like that. Okay, just like that. Just go down. This will be 32 total is what we would use to get this farm started. This will produce way more than 32. Now, something important about this, as we farm this off, right, you want to make sure that you hang out for a while. After you take out all the wood and get the logs, don't just get the logs and run. Wait around for a while and let the saplings fall down. And that will allow you to have plenty to replant and then a surplus. It's also possible and plausible that one might even maybe put a hopper system right around the edge of this lighting system, and that would catch a good number of those saplings that fall. Another reason I like dark oak trees produce apples, and that can be useful obviously for things like golden apples and such, but they're not as rare as they used to be, so it's not such an issue anymore. Anyway, let's go ahead and bone meal it. Now, bone meal, as you can see, is listed as another one of our options. Bone meal obviously lets it grow fast, so we're going to go around and bone meal these just to get a look at what we would immediately get from this. These will be various shapes and sizes, but they'll all basically have a 4x4 trunk. Excuse me, I apologize, a 2x2 trunk, but 4 total. Okay, and there it is. Each of these trees will yield almost a stack. Here, let's count. 4, 8, 16, 20. Okay, so 4 of these is 20, so 1, 2, 3, 40. About 48. 48 to 50 pieces will get produced by this one. This shorter one might only give us about half a stack, but again, at the end of this, you're going to have about 5 stacks of wood from this, so it will work like a charm. Anyway, my friends, that's that. That's all there is to it. That's all you have to do. If you make this baby just like this, it'll work great. Notice the distance we used also created a little gap in the canopy. That allows sunlight to help keep mobs from spawning as well, although we have plenty of light here. Anyway, this has been Minecraft Bob Ross. I wish you the best, and until next time, my friends, as always, I wish you happy Minecrafting. Take care.